Hello and welcome to Crafty Nana Dawn. I'm Dawn and I'm so happy that you're here with me today. I would like to take a moment to welcome all of my new subscribers and to say hello and thank you to all of my subscribers. Also, I would like to acknowledge all of the lovely comments that were left on my last video, and to everyone who took the time out of your day to watch my video. Thank you so much. It means so much to me. Thank you. I'd also like to say, excuse my voice. I've been really sick, so it may be a little off today. So we're going to move on to DIY number 1, the Gingerbread Hot Cocoa or Coffee Bar. So what we're going to start with is the gingerbread men from the Dollar Tree, and you're going to need 4 of these. And you're going to start by removing all of the little pieces, the buttons, the bows, and those trim pieces. And then just take your scraper and any glue that's left over, go ahead and scrape that off. Next, you're going to apply wood glue to the side that you took those pieces off of, because we're going to be putting those 2 pieces together and then press them together and put clamps all the way around them so that it keeps them together. Just clean it off and also add some wood filler in that little hole. The next step is to take your 4 wooden crates from the Dollar Tree. I used the ones with the star in it. And I glued those together with wood glue and clipped them together, and then filled in the holes, the star holes, with the wood filler. I did let all of this sit overnight, and then I sanded it down. The next step is to base coat all of our pieces with the Americana DecoArt Honey Brown, and you're going to be base coating your gingerbread men front, back, sides, and also your crates, inside, outside, and so forth. Next, take some black paint and put that out on a little palette, and take the end of a paintbrush or some other round object that you have, dip the end into the black paint, and then go to the face and just dip that or put that down on the face and lift it straight up so that you can make your eyes. What you're seeing here is red pastel chalk, and I'm just taking a stiff bristle brush. It's also known as a stipple brush, and I'm just kind of putting that in there and then taking the brush and wiping it down in a circular motion onto the cheeks. For the mouth and for the pen work, the black pen work, I just used a Sharpie, fine point black Sharpie. And then with red paint, just make an oval for the nose and fill that in with the red paint. After you're done filling this in with the red paint, we're going to start to make some little detail lines on our gingerbread man. And the way I did this was by making a little squiggly line and then like a hashtag and a squiggly line all the way around the gingerbread man. When you finished with this pen work, you'll then take your puffy paint. I used tulip white fabric puffy paint. You can use any white paint that you want. And we're going to make a squiggly line on the top of the head, on each of the hands, and on the legs. And we're also going to put a dot in each cheek for a little bit of a highlight. Then what I did was I went into my extensive stash of buttons, because I don't know, I really have a thing for buttons. I seem to collect them. And I pulled out 4 red ones. You're going to use 2 buttons on each of the gingerbread men on their stomach area. Then I took my white gel pen and I made a little half circle on the top of the nose for a highlight, and then took the stylus pen with white paint and dipped it into the white paint and then brought it to the eye to make highlights in each of the eyes. when you're done with this, we're going to go back, just set this aside to dry, put it somewhere safe. Then we're going to go to our crates. And what I used, the sprinkles came from Temu. I think you can also find them on Amazon. But we're going to take the white puffy paint and we're going to put that on the front of the crates. I don't know that you need quite as much as I put on. You can use your own judgment on that. But once you have this on, lightly tap it down so that it makes it look like it's kind of running. And then put your sprinkles on. After I put on the sprinkles, I just kind of took them and put them on like you would do sprinkles on a cookie. In the spaces where where I thought it still needed a little bit of something, I took the peppermint candies that were in that and placed them where I wanted them. On the gingerbread men, I did add a bow on their necks. The bow that I used was in my stash, and you can use any bow for that. You can make a bow, or Dollar Tree sells some bows also. We're going to start to put this together. So what we're going to do is put some wood glue on the bottom of the legs and put that on the crate. And then I used a staple gun to hold it in place. Now here I'm showing you, you're going to position the second crate, the top crate, in between the armpit and where the head and the arm meet. I put some arrows for you to show you. If you use that, you'll get it on straight. So you just want to put your wood glue there and then position it in between there. And I'm showing you with an arrow here also so that you can see this. Before you staple this down though, you do want to make sure you add the wood glue to the top part. I hope you can understand what I'm doing here, and I've made it where you can visualize or do this on your own. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful for you. Also, on a side note, before you put this together, because as I'm doing this, I'm kind of inventing this as I go, you do want to take that puffy paint and put that puffy paint all the way around the top part of your crates, except for the sides. The sides leave blank because you'll do that after you have it glued together. You can see I'm adding it now, and that was not easy. So do that before you start to put it together. Then I took the puffy paint and I added the squiggly lines on the top and the side, the arms and the leg, not the legs, but the arms. And then on the side, because I didn't really like the way that looked, I took white paint, the white puffy paint, and I went all the way around the sides with the white puffy paint. And here's a look at it full with all of my cocoa goodness. This came out so adorable. I just love it. I think this would make a really nice Christmas gift too. Like put it in some cellophane and put a big bow on it and give it to someone. That would be really cute. And here's your close-up pictures. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments. Okay, DIY number 2. For DIY number 2, I made a little sign to go with the hot cocoa bar. And this, the stencil came from Magnolia Stencils. The wood blank came from the Dollar Tree. And I just sanded down the middle of it because it was a little rough. And then I took the white paint and I painted the inside part of this square white. And then all of the outside is done in red. I did put some painter's tape to help me so that I didn't get the red paint on the white, and then took an X-Acto knife and just cleaned those edges off. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention with the gingerbread man, make sure that you seal it with a spray sealer. And we're also going to, when we're done with this, we're going to be using a spray sealer on it. The stencil didn't fit, so I had to cut it down. to fit into the square. And with these stencils, because they're so sticky, you want to fuzz it. So I fuzzed it a couple of times on that mat. And then I took some tape and went around it because I still had some edges left and I didn't want to take a chance of getting the paint on there. So with this brush squeegee that I got from Magnolia Paint and the black paste, you're going to take that and take a scoop out and put it on there and just kind of scrape it down. And you're going to scrape this so that you get it all covered. And then I went over it again to make sure that it was smooth. It was really simple to use. I really liked this stencil. I bought this stencil at the Pinterest convention. If you happen to have that come to where you live, definitely go. I loved it. It was phenomenal. Okay, anyways, now you're going to just lift that off and you have a really pretty little stencil sign. Okay, this would not stand on its own, so I took a painter stick and I cut a piece off and painted it red and glued it on there. And then from the Dollar Tree, I got this gingerbread man. It came in a pack of 2. I don't remember what the other thing was in the pack. It's a pin. I just removed the pin part and glued it onto my sign. I also used these peppermints from Hobby Lobby. They're for a small tree. They're little ornaments. I just cut the top part off. And then from that pack of sprinkles I had, I just put some little peppermints on. And then I also had a little white heart in my stash, and I took my acrylic paint pen and I went over that with the red to add to the cup. And I also took that acrylic paint pen and just added some details all the way around the sign with the squiggly lines and some dots. And here's your close-up view of that. I am so sorry if this is chopped up. My voice is horrible, so I apologize. Okay, so we're going to be moving on to DIY number 3. And DIY number 3 is the sleigh, the gingerbread sleigh. I think this is so cute. Anyways, we're going to start with the sleigh that the Dollar Tree sells. It's that red sleigh. And you're going to take some white chalk paint. I used the Waverly white chalk paint. And I just gave it one coat all the way around and on the bottom and into the insides of it. What we're using the chalk paint as is a primer. It'll help the acrylic paint adhere to it. With that honey brown color, you're going to paint the sleigh all the way around, front, back, sides, and go to the little bit on the inside of the sleigh. You're going to need 2 of the stuffed gingerbread men. And what I did was I took the puffy paint because I didn't think those squiggly lines around his face really showed up. So I just took that and went all the way around the face on both of them and set it aside. With the puffy paint, go back to your sled and just in a kind of an up and down motion all the way around the sled, you're going to add your puffy paint. The next thing I did was these stars, or it's not stars, oh my gosh, the snowflakes are also from the Dollar Tree. And you can use white paint to paint these. I have this Posca, I think that's how you say it, white pen marker thing. I wanted to try it. It works really well. The next thing I did was I put some glitter glue on all of them. And I just set those aside to dry, and then I went back to the sleigh, and on both sides of the corners, on the corner of the sleigh, I added puffy paint to one side and then to the other side of that corner on all four sides. I hope that made sense. And then I'm just going to take my puffy paint. I did not follow any type of pattern. I just kind of did my own thing. So just do your own thing. This does not have to be perfect. It's not meant to be perfect. It's supposed to look like a cookie. So I took that and I just outlined the whole sleigh, front, back, and sides. And then on the insides, I made squiggly lines all the way around. I made some little squiggly lines, some hearts, dots. So it's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm just going to let you kind of watch this through with a little bit of music. Do put the stars on before you start to put the details on the sides so that you know where to put the placement of your puffy paint. Once you're done adding your puffy paint, put this someplace to dry. I let mine sit overnight. Next, I took 2 of the wreath hangers that you can get at the Dollar Tree, and I cut the end off, the part that's the square part that goes over the door. I cut that off, and then I painted them with the white chalk paint. Also take 4 of those little squares that the Dollar Tree sells in the Crafter's Square, and you're going to paint those white. Here I'm gluing them on with hot glue, but for the purposes of the video, but I really suggest that you use a stronger glue because hot glue doesn't do very well with metal. Oh, also, I left this in so I would remind myself to tell you, before you glue your little runners on, I had to look that up, you want to put your detail with the puffy paint all the way around. It's easier to do before you glue it on. And then I took that glitter glue and I just painted that all the way around the whole sleigh because I like things to be a little bit glittery and when it's Christmas. I also took the Dollar Tree foam and you're going to put that on the bottom of the sleigh, hot glue that in. Now I'm going to show you how to make the bow because this is how my brain works as I'm making things. Going to make a loop and then squeeze it together and twist. Make another loop, squeeze it together and twist, so that you always have the right side facing you. And then you're going to make another loop. And what I do is I just eyeball these loops to see that they're somewhat even. then you're going to take and pinch it together, twist. And now each set of loops that you make will be slightly larger than the first set or the last set that you made. and I made 4 loops total on each side. Then you're going to take it and just make one big loop and put it together. Take and join that to the end, and then with a pipe cleaner, I don't think they're called pipe cleaners anymore, but I can't think of what it's called. Chenille stem, maybe? You're going to put that all through the top loop and through the bottom and twist that together. And then we have our bow. The next thing you'll do is cut your tails, and then I just kind of fluffed it out a little bit, and I set it aside because I wanted this to be available for when I start doing the floral, so that I kind of knew where to place the floral and stuff. The next thing I did was I did change out the little scarf on the gingerbread man because I didn't like the silver on there. So I just took that snowflake ribbon from the Dollar Tree and I added that to each of them, and a bow to the little girl. Then I took some wire. This wire is actually from one of the yardstick stakes that they have. I saved the wire from it. And you're going to put that up in the middle of each of your gingerbread man or men or girl and make a little hole, and you're going to place those on there and put some hot glue. I can't remember what this stuff is called. I got it on Amazon. I'm not sure that it's necessary because in the end you couldn't see it anyways. The next thing I did was I took these candy canes that I got at Michael's, and also the lollipop picks came from Michael's, and I'm just placing those where I want them to go. I'm not gluing them in at this point because I want to be able to move it if I need to. I don't add the glue until the last, and then I just kind of go in with my hot glue and make little dots by the stems. After I get this all placed, I'm going to give you a closer up look so that you can see what that looks like. I turn it to the side so that you have a view from the top and the sides. The ball, the little ornament thing, that also came from Michael's. These little swirls, those came from the Dollar Tree. To make them so that they were taller, I hot glued some wire onto them. And what you're going to do is you just want to make sure that you put these red swirly things all over. You want to make sure you have some in the front, in the side, and in the back so that it gives it an even appearance. And that's how I basically do my floral, is I try and add a little bit to each section so that it looks even. I hope that gives you some help there. Also, I'm going to be tipping this so that you can see it. Let me know if this helps, gives you a better view of being able to see how it was done. Yeah, so let me know. Anyways, after I was done with this, I'm just, like I said, adding a little bit of each of these elements all over. And here you can see I'm just kind of giving you that view. The next thing I did was I'm going to cut apart these the Christmas bulb things. I don't use the big red ones. What I use instead is this pack from the Dollar Tree of these those little mini bulbs that had had red little jewels around it. I thought they looked like peppermints, and I used the stems, the wires from the red bows, or red bulbs, to put those in. And again, it's just a matter of putting it where you want, where it looks good to you, and trying to keep it even so that the colors throughout the sleigh. At this point, I'm going to add my bow, and I'm going to hot glue that in place where I want it to go. And then I'm going to fluff it out so that it has a round appearance to it. This is wired. Oh, and I forgot to mention this ribbon came from Walmart. I know the Dollar Tree has ribbon, but I couldn't find this type of ribbon there. And then trim your tails to the length that you want. The reason why I'm putting the bow in now is we're going to start putting our greenery in. And what I used were these picks from the Dollar Tree, the pine picks. You can use any type of floral that you want. This is just what I chose. And what I'm doing is I'm just starting to fill in all of that empty space. And I believe I used 6 of these from the Dollar Tree. So it may be even more economical to like get it at Walmart or Hobby Lobby or someplace. But I did use the ones from the Dollar Tree. Also, some of them were a little bit loose on the tops, so I did put a little dab of hot glue. And like I said, it's just a matter of filling in the little places here and there. So I'm just going to play some more music so that you can see what I'm doing. The last step that I take is I take this pick that I got at Walmart with these red and white bulbs or walls, and I'm just filling in spaces where I think it needs some more color. And I used this whole pick, even it had like little swirly things on it. I even used those. I love how this came out. It looks so cute on my shelf. I hope you like it. Let me know. And here's going to be your close-up. And at any point you could freeze this so that if you wanted to duplicate something, you could do that. In hindsight, I wish I had lifted the gingerbread people up a little bit more, but it's so cute the way it is. I really like it. Thank you for sticking with me through this video. I'm sorry the voiceover is not that great. I've had to stop and start to cough and so forth, and I'm sorry. So I hope you liked it. Let me know. If you did like this, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I really love to have you here. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye.